Hey, welcome everyone. If you can't tell by the puffy eyes, this is like take number 10. I don't know why it's hard to do this when I can speak in a room to 200 people about psychological stuff, but doing this seems to be more difficult. Maybe because it means more. But I just wanted to say thank you for being here and thank you for including this activity in your day. And a special congratulations to my son Logan and his beautiful wife, Jessica. Baby number 2, so exciting. I am a grandmother to a wonderful little boy, Alexander, and a soon-to-be beautiful little girl, Evelyn. I am happy to say that all of the grandparents are super excited to be buying girly stuff. So. I just wanted to say how proud I am of both of you and how excited I am at your opportunity now to have another baby and to become even more extraordinary parents than you have already been raising Alexander. I also want to thank everyone for being here and for sharing this special day with Jessica and Logan, and just tell you how important you are in their lives and in our lives. The memories that you create with us are extraordinary, and we could not ask for better family members and better friends than all of you. So thank you. I had always known this day would come. The one thing I can't provide Logan is his dad. And it has become my goal, my purpose, to make sure that Logan knows how much his dad loved him and continues to love him, and how much this experience of being a grandfather would have been for him. Boy, he would have had so much to say about it, right, Logan? He loved being a parent. He loved having children, and his boys meant everything to him. So I'm going to provide you with the next best thing. I've called on some of his friends, well, we'll see how that goes after today, to give you some parenting tips. And hopefully this will provide you with a little bit of the channeling of your dad, who is with you every day, no matter what. So let's get the party started. I can't wait to see all the girly stuff. Have a great day. And again, thank you everybody for being here. I love you, Logan, and I love you, Jessica.
Hello, my name is John Evelyn. I was the last bass player for Psychotic Reaction. Oh wait, what is this? Cut, makeup. Okay, is this better? Hey, Logan and Jessica, a baby girl, how exciting. Now, there is a rumor that there are some pink tutus and some other girly stuff sitting in an Amazon cart someplace. So just a heads up. I met Robert for the first time when I was tricked into joining Psychotic Reaction. Gina asked me to come out and jam because their bass player couldn't make it. She didn't tell me that there was no bass player and I was being auditioned. So I ended up being recruited that day, but I was okay with that. I do have a funny story about Robert when we were auditioning new lead singers. So we finally found a singer that we were happy with, Clark French. After the audition, in a group text, Robert started discussing Clark. In that group text, Robert said he thought Clark was a little full of himself, but he was a good singer. And why would he ever consider joining our band? There must be something wrong with him. Maybe he has a criminal record. Sorry, I have notes. And then we received a text from a strange phone number. It said, you know, If you're going to talk behind somebody's back, you should probably make sure they aren't in the group text. Robert accidentally included Clark in the text, but to give Clark credit, he thought it was hilarious, and the rest is history. Some of my fondest memories of Robert was his devotion to his family. Don't get me wrong, he loved getting away from his family to practice with the band. I think that the band actually was his first love. But Robert was so proud of his boys. His face lit up when he talked about how phenomenal his boys were as musicians. Also, he looked forward to his trips to the lake and to the river with his family. Robert's advice to you in regard to raising your kids would be to keep God in your house. Teach them the importance of being true Christians and not pretend ones. I'm no expert in raising children by any means, but I heard that if you give your children chores when they're growing up, they will be much better adults. They'll be more successful. Also teach them about money. Show them how to save for the future, how to balance a checkbook, and how to invest. Also, find time for your children, but don't let them run your life. It is a delicate balance between spending time with your spouse and your children. Everyone needs attention, even you. But I'm sure you'll be fantastic parents. After all, you had phenomenal parents to show you the way. Monica paid me to say that, by the way. Congratulations, you two. I know Robert is up there absolutely beaming with pride.
Hi, everyone. Congratulations to Jessica and Logan and Monica. A little girl, how exciting. You know, I was thinking about how and when I first met Robert, and I don't really remember, but when I think about him, I always picture him behind his drum kit, wearing his bandana, ready to rock and roll. And I was wondering what kind of drummer dad advice he would give to Logan about raising a little girl, considering he only raised boys. And maybe, you know, he would get her a pink bandana or maybe a little cowgirl bell. Anyways, being married, I've gone by the saying, happy wife, happy life. And I just thought of another saying for Logan and Jessica and Monica to raise Evelyn. And that slogan would be, happy girl, happy world. So congratulations again, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all soon.
Hey Jessica, hey Logan. I just wanted to congratulate you guys on the new addition to your family. I want to thank you for allowing me to be a part of today's festivities. I know we're all really excited to meet the little one. I'm sure Alexander's thrilled. He's going to have a new baby sister to be able to terrorize. I know Robert would be really proud of the two of you, the parents you've become. I know family was super important to him. I know he's instilled that into you, Logan. And I know you'll instill that into your children. Monica asked us to say something, some words of wisdom. I think it would be best to be present with your children, talk to them, listen to them, beat them when you have to, when they disagree with you. I'm kidding. Pay attention to them, you know, be there and listen to them, talk to them. I think that's really important, and I truly believe you both epitomize that anyway. So I'm not telling you anything you need to know. Again, I know Robert's thrilled at the parents that you guys are, and hopefully going forward I'll be able to see you guys more often. Bye.
Hi Logan and Jessica. Congratulations on your baby girl. I'm so happy for you and so excited for you. I wish I could be there with you to celebrate today. As you know, I met your dad Back in 2010, I answered an ad on Craigslist and ended up joining his band, and we became really close almost immediately. He was just great. Then, shortly after that, I met you because we had no guitar player, and your dad said, hey, my 14-year-old son can step in and fill in for a while. And you came, and we met you, and I was so impressed with your intelligence, your talent. You were amazing. But mostly the fact that you knew all of our old people songs and you really seemed to like playing them. Anyway, shortly after that I met Jake and then Monica, and within a short time I felt like you were a second family. I loved you all so much and still do. Anyway, the first year of my friendship with your family centered around music. Not only our band, but your band Undivided as well. And you guys had a lot of potential, and when your manager learned that I had some experience in working with kids, he asked me to get involved, and that was really some of the most fun I've ever had in my life. But more importantly, I got to firsthand see what kind of a father you had in Robert. He always put you guys first, ahead of everything else, even blowing off our own rehearsals and our own gigs sometimes in favor of yours, because he always wanted to be there for you. He made sure you guys did your homework and your chores before you did your music, but when it was music time, he was all in and so supportive and really put you guys ahead of everything else. In fact, when we started Psychotic Reaction, we all sat down at Del Taco and said, okay, let's make some ground rules. And the first one to speak was your dad, and he said, first and foremost, family comes first, no matter what, no questions asked. And I was sure happy about that. It was something that made our band great, the fact that we all supported each other's families and put that first. Even something as simple as making sure our kids had dinner was more important than anything. And I recall one day that John, the bass player, texted Rob and I and said, hey, I'm gonna be late to practice. I've gotta make my daughter something to eat. And I remember thinking, isn't she like a senior in high school? She can't fix her own food? But before I had a chance to respond, Rob responded and said, of course, John, family first. Just get to rehearsal whenever you can, don't worry about it. That's the kind of man he was. I think if he were still with us, he would tell you to always remember that family comes first. He would tell both you and your brother to love your wives the way that Christ loved us, because that's the way he loved Monica. I think he would tell you to raise your children with love and with discipline and in faith, because that's what he did for you guys. Now, as far as having a girl, I think if your dad could give you advice on raising a girl, he might recall a conversation that he had with my husband. You guys had done something and he was lamenting raising teenagers. And Bruce said to him, dude, just be glad you don't have a girl, because this is what happens with girls. When they turn 13, the aliens come and take their brains, and they replace their brains with an alien brain. And that's the only way you can explain all of their crazy behavior. So you should just be on your knees every night, thanking God that you have boys. Now, Rob thought about that for a minute and he said, yeah, I do thank God I have boys. I don't know what I'd do with girls. But I can imagine he would have had a lot to say learning that he was going to have a granddaughter. I think he would have loved to have a girl in the family because of the way he loved his dog, Michaela. I will never forget how obsessed he was with that dog. That dog was the daughter he never had. So I am sure he would be delighted to have a granddaughter. But I think the first thing he would say to you, Logan, is to get a gun and keep the boys away, because he knows how boys are. But I think he would have loved her in such a special way, and she would have been the apple of his eye. I remember a conversation we had once, he and I. We were joking around and kind of making fun of our bandmates, and we came up with dog breed monikers for each of them. Some of them were not very flattering, so I'm not going to mention those because I'm still really good friends with all those guys. But at the end of the conversation, he asked me, well, so what dog breed am I? And I thought about it and I said, you would have to be a husky because you're smart, you're strong, you're all in, you're the leader, you're fierce when it comes to the rest of us, you're protective, and you're loyal to a fault. I think that's how he would be with all of his grandchildren, but especially with a granddaughter. And I really think that is the advice that he would give to you. He would tell you, Logan, to be smart, be strong, be all in, be the leader, be fierce when it comes to her, and protect her, and be loyal to a fault. Logan, Jessica, I'm so proud of you for the parents that you already are. And I know that this baby girl is going to be such a blessing to you and an addition to your family. And I know that God will be with you and watching over all of you. I will be praying for you. I will always love you. I will always be here for you if there's anything you need. And I would just have to say one piece of advice that I would give is just trust in God always. Put him first. Raise your children in faith. Take them to church. Love each other. Pray with each other. And honor God in all you do. And he will bless you in ways you will never imagine possible. I love you and God bless you.
Hi everyone, Auntie and Grandtie Julie here. I just needed to send you a video. Sorry I couldn't make it today. I really wish I could have been there and given you guys a big hug and a kiss and spent some time with Alexander, which I never get to do. But I'm so glad that you're having little baby Evelyn. I can't wait to meet her. She's gonna have an August birthday, which, sorry, are the best birthdays. Just letting you know. She and I are gonna have a lot in common. Just letting you know. I mean, I'm a second child and I'm also a girl, obviously. And I can give you some parenting advice about having a girl myself, but I'm sure you'd rather hear something that maybe your dad would have said. So let me kind of tell you that he would say that even though girls are sweetness and light and joy, it's probably good for parents to keep in mind that the sweetness and joy should not negate anything that the kid does wrong. As far as peeing in the pool, or spilling juice on the carpet, or throwing lima beans across the table. I'm sure that Bobby would say it doesn't mean just because girls are sweet and adorable and awesome that it gives them the right to go into their older brother's room to borrow his really cool clothes, or to listen to his super dark records that are not demonic at all. And she should not have told mom that Shout at the Devil was a demonic song, because it's not. And she shouldn't get away with being nosy and reading all of your love letters from your multiple girlfriends in high school. And she shouldn't, tell people about the really cool party that was thrown when the parents were away, even though cops were called and there were helicopters buzzing over the house and everybody had to sit on the curb with their hands behind their back. And he should not have mentioned that to anybody, even though it was a really cool party. A little sister should not get away with any of that. So as parents, Bobby would want you to keep that in mind. Now, me personally, I can tell you that, of course, being a little sister, being a girl is completely awesome. And having an older brother makes it even more awesome. Now, it was 3 years difference between my brother and I. You're going to have a little bit closer years there, but I can tell you that the best person in the world that would make me laugh was my big brother. He had the best humor. There was no one else that could make me smile and giggle like he could. I was so proud and privileged to be his little sister because he was a very popular dude on campus, as you could probably tell. But he was the man. And it was hard being Bob Dumont's little baby sister. But it was also the biggest privilege of my life. So I know Evelyn is going to feel that, and I know she's going to know it. and it's so exciting, and I love all of you. All of this is going to be amazing, and I can't wait for little Alexander and Evelyn to become best friends, because that's what big brothers are. Love you all.
Papa.
Really? Push it again.
Papa.
Push it again. I'll do it.
Papa.
Yes, you know, don't you? You know that's your papa too. Oh, where'd it go? There he is. Click on it. Oh. Say, that's my papa too. Click it.
Papa.
Yeah, see, papa. You got multiple papas, huh? Say, I love papas. Uh-oh, now it's all, that's okay. I don't care. Okay.
Papa.
Whoa.
Papa.
Papa, look, turn around. I can't turn it around. Well, there he is. Say hi. You say hi, Dada.
Hala.
I
Ada.
love you, Dada. Say, I love you, Dada.
Da.
Yes, and Grandma says she loves you too.
Papa.
Bye-bye.